Hello Libra, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Libra is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Libra, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And look at that glorious sun. That is beautiful. I feel like you are just ecstatic, right? I feel like this is, something is a real triumph for you. Something is bringing you this feeling of just absolute glory in your life, right? I feel like you're someone who's generally kind of a realist, you know? I think you try not to get overly enthusiastic or overzealous about things. You try not to really get your hopes up too much until you start seeing some real evidence of progress, right? And, oh, look what's at the very bottom. It happens to be the Fool. I like that. I feel like this is a really, really big win for you, okay? Because I feel that there's such a bright, cheerful energy around you right now. And I feel like you're usually the optimist, you know? But you tend to kind of reserve your celebration until something's pretty much in the bag, you know, until you really have, you know, the evidence that it's happening. But I feel like you have a fresh kind of outlook on things right now, that you're really seeing kind of the bigger picture. And maybe you're seeing even that the finish line to something is a lot closer than you thought it was. The Sun card here is really an intense illumination. It's even really feels like that you're understanding a lot of what happened in your past. You're really understanding where you've been. And I think that's helping you to understand where you are and where you're going, what's coming next, right? So let's do a couple cards around this one. We got that Sun right in the middle. That is beautiful. And, oh, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, see, to me, this is a really, really big win. And I think the Sun is you becoming conscious of that, okay? I think with the Sun card also, it feels to me like you have a lot of different things going on in your life. Like you're involved in a lot of projects, you're involved in a lot of different groups, you know? That it's not just kind of one thing and one thing only for you. That it's really the idea of a full and happy life is one where you have, you're giving expression to a lot of different interests, okay? With the Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter energy, this is faith, hope, and trust. And I think this is what has carried you as far as you're getting now in something. I don't know what you're doing. And I may never know. I don't know if the details are really going to come out here, but it seems like this is something that's life-changing. It feels like your world is expanding. It's something that is expanding your horizons, right? It is bringing you to places that you've never been before. And I think that this is really the big one, because it feels like you've maybe been on the bottom of this wheel recently, you know, between the rubber and the road, kind of getting ground down a little bit. But now it feels like that wheel's starting to come around and you're starting to see things really improve. And I think with this Sun card, this is like you can't stop yourself from smiling. It's like you're trying to hide it, but you just wanna smile and laugh, and you just wanna celebrate and scream and you know, kind of go wild. Because I think that you're seeing that it's almost like when you've got that lottery ticket, you know, and first number, yeah, second number, yeah, third, fourth, I don't know how many numbers, 8 numbers? You get to the 7th number, yeah, and then it's like one more, and you hit. It's it. You've got it, right? And it's almost like you have to kind of look at it again to see if it's real, because I feel like something really is. Maybe it's been a long time coming. You know, maybe this is something that you've been kind of working on or trying to do for a long time, And here it is now. It's like we're getting that big break. It's like finally the timing, finally everything is aligning properly, right? So this is real fortune, real wealth. Yeah. And let's see what is the foundation here. The Hanged Man. Interesting. We've been getting the Hanged Man a lot lately, and I feel like for you in this situation, this is really a humbleness, a humility. This, I think, is everything that you've sacrificed for what you believe in and for what you're doing. And if this is a work thing, maybe this is something regarding kind of a long-term project or some long-term goals that you've been working on. It could be relationship stuff, personal, private, family stuff. Could be work, career, creative, spiritual even. I feel like you've really suffered for this. I feel like you've really delayed gratification almost to the point where you were wondering if it were ever going to come. You know, the Hanged Man is kind of like it's kind of punishment. So it's almost as if you're really willing to put yourself through the ringer to get kind of this long-term thing. And I wonder if even people around you were like, why do you keep doing that? Why do you keep trying? Why do you work so hard at this thing? You know, because you're tired, you're worn out, and it's just because it's because you can see that this is leading you somewhere. Very, very special. Yeah, a lot of major arcana so far today. Let's see what's in the past position, but you're definitely the kind of person, I think, that when you have this kind of commitment to something, when you're so devoted to something, there's nothing in life that you won't, that's not fair game, you know, for you to kind of, as an offering even to the universe, to help make this happen. And this is real determination. I'm going to be surprised if we don't get the Devil card here somewhere. Well, there's the Prince of Wands. This is that commitment. This is that devotion, that fire energy that just does not quit. Okay. I also feel like you got back from a trip recently. I don't know if it has anything to do with this, but I feel like you've returned. Because I see you walking in a doorway with a bunch of bags, right? I don't know where you've come from, but as much as you have a lot of irons in the fire, a lot of things that you want to do, I feel like there's one thing in particular now that has consumed all of your focus, and maybe this is kind of the icing on the cake of your life, or this is the thing that's kind of been present all along. You know, and we're moving into other things come and go, but this is the one constant. Yeah, the constant thing for you. Could be a person, constant person. Something's been with you the whole time. Something has been with you for years and years, and maybe it was this commitment or this work, this focus. Maybe it was a person that's kind of been with you and if this is a relationship thing, it'd be that commitment to that person, you know, and their commitment to you. But this is an interest in something that never waned. Never fizzled out, you know. It's been there the whole time. Yeah, and I don't know what it is. Let's see, maybe the next card. Tower moment. Tower event. You're looking for something that's going to change your entire life. And to me, this feels like someone who is just grinding away to be, you know, let's say an actor or something. Grinding away every single day, right? We're just hoping to make that big break. And it's just with that sun card, it's like you can see it. You know, and maybe this is it. Maybe you know that you're a star, right? This could be, you know, in my experience, like the musicians, right? I've known a lot of musicians in my life. And there have been people that have just been grinding away at their music for years and years and years, right? Since I was a teenager, you know, some people that I knew, and people that I've even played with, you know, in a band. But they were so devoted to their music. They knew that this was the only thing that they were going to really break out with. This is what they were meant to do. And yeah, they had a lot of other things going on too. But that was the kind of ultimate dream, you know? And so the tower for me is like, that's the knowledge, the certainty that you have that you're going to have this big break. And I think really you're getting that. And this is a life-changing moment. I think this is the biggest win of your life. And I think you knew it was coming. And it seems like an overnight success. You ever hear that? You know, oh, they were an overnight success. Bull, you know what? No such thing, right? Maybe there is, I don't know. But what I'm saying is that it's not an overnight success. It may seem like things were the same, and then tower moment, suddenly your life's different. Overnight, you know. But this is not an overnight success. You've been grinding at this for a long, long time. You know, and that's what people aren't really going to realize. Well, I never heard of that band or that artist, you know. Or even if this is a career thing, suddenly you're at the top of the management, you know, hierarchy, and people are saying, "Oh, I never heard of that person." You know, they just suddenly come in and they take over. No, you've been grinding away at this, if not in this company, but in this field, in this work, studying, training, practicing, whatever it is, for a long, long time. And this is finally that breakout where it seems like it's an overnight success, right? This is very, very good. And I think it's a release of your creative energy. This is, I think, something that you've always known was going to happen. It's just a matter of trying to get the timing right. See, we've got that Wheel of Fortune. Oh, now we got more fire energy. We're flanked on both sides by a Prince of Wands and a Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is fire on fire. This is kind of now like a resurgence of this creative energy for you, because the Prince is very sustained. And it's kind of like the Prince is the one that just grinds every day, right? And it is something creative for you, even if it's a work thing, or if it's maybe you're retired, maybe this is just like your avocation or hobbies even, I don't know. It's deeper than a hobby. This is something that I think you are absolutely committed to. And the Knight of Wands is showing a resurgence of this fire energy, that this is something now that with that tower, it's like the tower unleashes something in you. Something has gotten free in you now. And it's a return of this vitality. It's a return of this commitment and this surge of energy. Okay. I do feel like there's a fire sign person in your life somewhere very close to you. A lot of fire here already, and I think it seems to me like there might be. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot, and this is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it over here, and Jimbo, the Lizard King, aka Mr. Lizard, is going to be right there watching that card for us. If you have a prediction for that card, put it in the comments down below. Okay. Now we're going to look at the path of the serpent. As we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. And it helps out the channel. I appreciate that. So let's look at your general energy. 7 of Wands. Again, the odds of you being successful here are pretty astronomical. And you knew that going into it. But it did not deter you. And look, it is paying off. And to me, with the Hanged Man, kind of feels like that starving artist kind of thing, you know, where it's just this is what you do, and you do this no matter what. And it's almost a bonus that you're achieving this kind of success, because the odds of anybody, in whatever you're doing, and this is something, if it is creative, music or art or acting or something, the odds of somebody really making it big and being successful are very slim. Maybe you are, I don't know, maybe you're starting a YouTube channel, which I think you should. I think everybody should. This is really your ability to fight, even though you're kind of the underdog, you know. And this never deterred you. I kind of feel as if the challenge makes you work harder. You know, I feel like you're from, let's say, modest or humble beginnings. So I feel like you've had to fight for a lot of what you've earned in life. And it almost feels like if there's not a struggle, then it's not really worth it. So I feel like the challenge is really important to you. It's a very, very ambitious energy, and I think we are thankful that we've got all this major arcana here, and that we've sacrificed. Maybe there's been a lot that you've sacrificed in life, you know, in order to attain this, in order to achieve this. It could be that we have sort of pushed aside other things in life that maybe we do want to focus on this. With the Sun card, I do think that there are many other things that you've done in life, but this was the core theme. This was the main thing. And I think that it has required you to sacrifice and suffer a lot. right? Let's see what's going on in the environment. Oh, yeah. Nine of Cups. Look at that. Happiness. The pursuit of happiness. Following your dreams. Following your bliss. This is the dream that keeps on dreaming. This is the happiness that keeps on happening. And this is something that is physically, financially, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, creatively fulfilling and satisfying. And this is the card in your environment. So I feel like your environment really it's changing. You know, I think things are going to be easier for you. I think life is going to be happier. Life is going to be more satisfying. Life is going to be more pleasurable. I don't want to say easy or relaxing, really, because I feel like you're still going to have to work hard. In fact, we see that with the Knight of Wands, this resurgence of energy. It's kind of like we're doubling our efforts here. Now that you've made it big, now you're really going to have to work hard, you know. But the Nine of Cups in the position of the environment, I think, is also showing us the nature of our relationships with the environment. We are, you're receiving such intense satisfaction from what you do. I think it is important that we understand that in the context of the Seven of Wands. And then we have all this happiness, all this joy and bliss and satisfaction and fulfillment, I think, because of this struggle. If there weren't a struggle, then I don't think you would be feeling that Nine of Cups. I don't think it would be on the table. I think if we didn't get the Seven of Wands here, we wouldn't have gotten the Nine of Cups. Because it is that struggle that gives you that kind of satisfaction. Things that come easy don't quite hit the same, right? So I feel like this is really that kind of achievement for you. I feel like it's life-changing. What is the obstacle that you're facing currently? Well, Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is work. Three of Pentacles is perhaps business transactions. Three of Pentacles is cooperation. Three of Pentacles is understanding the process of change on the material plane, okay? Or the process of creation, the process of change. So I feel like you have to, it's difficult to maintain this achievement, okay? It's kind of like if you, look at the major arcana, just on, straight up and down. This is really, you're skyrocketing. You're blasting off into outer space, practically. I mean, this is really just, you know, a meteoric rise to stardom, as they would say. And the Three of Pentacles is saying that this is going to be a you-know-what to maintain it. Yeah, it's a good problem to have, I would think. But this is something that's going to require a lot more focus and maybe a lot more sacrifice even for you to maintain this level of success and this degree of performance or whatever it is you're doing. We're going to have to apply the right amount of attention or force or energy to all the different areas of it. But the Three of Pentacles is kind of like one of those drones, you know, like the toys with the fans on the bottom. And every fan has to be spinning at the same revolutions per minute, right? The same speed. In order for this thing to really, you know, for it to rise straight up, which is what we want it to do here, right? We want it to rise straight up. If any one of these components are slow or not working, the thing's going to flop right over, break into a million pieces, and, you know, you've lost it. And so it's kind of a delicate thing, and it's going to take a lot of maintenance. Maintenance even just for you to make sure you eat right, make sure you sleep, make sure you exercise and train, and, you know, you stay sharp, you stay on your game. You know, whatever this, even if this is a work thing, if this is a hobby, if you're volunteering somewhere, if it's a charity thing, whatever it might be, even if it's a relationship, maybe especially if it's a relationship, right? There's a lot of maintenance required here. A lot of energy has to go into sustaining this life. Yeah, this is a really, really big win. And in order for it to be more than just a flash in the pan, we've got to sustain it. We've got to do the work to keep it going into the future. Now, what is the final echo? What is the future kind of card here? Well, the Magician. Wow. The Magician right away is Also kind of referring back to this performance kind of thing, artist, musician, actor, or something like that. It's kind of something where we think of a stage magician, right? Or a band, a musician, an orchestra, an actor, a movie production. I think of movies like this a lot, TV shows and things. Sometimes we're watching a movie, my wife and I. We just got through watching the second installment of Dune, right? The new Dune movie that came out. I'm not going to, no spoilers or anything here. I love the movie. I love the whole Dune thing. I can't wait for a TV show. But we're watching that movie, and you get so immersed in what you're doing. And then it's very interesting, at least for me as a mental exercise, to kind of think, okay, these are all people on a stage with cameras and lights and all this kind of stuff around them, and they're performing this. And yeah, it's, it feels to me like you get immersed in it, and it just feels real. It feels like it's there, and this is really on Arrakis, and it's just these huge worms and all these people and the Fremen, and it's really then, it's kind of strange, it's kind of a cognitive dissonance to think, wait, this is just somebody who's on a soundstage somewhere or in a studio, with a bunch of cameras and lights and a bunch of just, regular people with cameras and the director and all that kind of stuff. And like a stage magician, we'll see the magician on the stage doing this performance night after night, an hour or whatever, I don't know what it is, doing the performance night after night. And we think that's it. It's an hour a day. Oh, that must be a really nice job to have, right? But we don't think of all of the work that goes into that one performance. You think of your favorite musical touring musical acts, right? That they go and perform, like Tool, for instance, one of my favorites. They'll perform for an hour or two every night, right? And we think, wow, that's an hour or two of just playing music. Gosh, those are some lucky dudes, right? But we think of all of the equipment, all of the planning. It's almost a whole year of thousands of people that have jobs to do to make that hour or two happen. And it happens every night. And to me, it's kind of mind-boggling, right? How much goes into all of that. And movie production, television production, it is absolutely amazing, right? And that's why I try to, I try to support artists like that and spend my money in those places and go see the film and go see your favorite band and buy the album and all that good stuff. Even though, yeah, you can get it on YouTube or whatever, but it's something different to go and know that you're part of making that happen. Yeah. And local artists too, of course, not just the big national or international acts, but the local artists. And the local artists, kind of what I'm talking about here, the grind, the daily grind. I mean, we think they're in a bar playing for half an hour and that's that. Well, there's the writing of the music, there's the practicing, there's the scheduling. They probably have day jobs. There's the traveling, squished into a little van or something to go and calling these places to book all of these gigs and things like it. It really is something else. There's a lot of work that goes to maintain that. And I think that the magician card here for you is, yeah, you might be the star of the show, right? This meteoric rise to fame. There's a lot that's going to go into maintaining this. And I think that's the difficult part. And really, I mean, it's a good problem to have, right? I feel like this is the biggest win of your life, and this is really life-changing for you. I don't know that it's literally that, like some kind of stardom or fame or celebrity. It might be. But whatever it is, I feel like you are the performer, and you have to now concern yourself with everything that has to go on behind the scenes in order to make that happen and to sustain that. Okay, let's look at the mystery card. I don't want to make this reading too long for you, Libra. I'd like to see the Libra card. I'd like to see the Justice card, your power card, the card that rules the sign of Libra. But I kind of feel it's going to be some more earth energy, some pentacles, some more pentacles. Maybe a 9 of pentacles. Let's see. Oh, it's an 8. Close. The 8 of pentacles is what gives us the 9 of cups, right? And this is that diligent work. This is that attention to detail. This is the organization. This is all the behind the scenes. This is someone with a desk filled with papers, making phone calls, scheduling, doing the books, doing the accounting, doing all the, booking the hotels and calling the vendors and all this kind of stuff. This is all the work that goes into support that magician. Whether you're a stage magician or a performer or an artist or a business person, maybe you're retired and you go bowling once a week or something, and now you're kind of the champion bowler. You're going to have to maintain that, And I don't know the scale that we're talking about. To me, it feels absolutely huge, right? And this is all that diligent work that goes into that. And this is us just, again, still grinding away. Nothing much has changed, right? You're still grinding away day after day, doing the same thing you've always done, just now like in the upper echelon of the field that you're in, okay? And maybe you're not resonating with the whole performance or the musical act analogy, but whatever you're doing, you are an artist. Whatever you're doing, you are, in a way, you are performing, right? In a way, you are kind of, you're trying to project this, I think, specific version of yourself. Yeah. And even if you're in business or whatever it might be. Okay. I think this is really very good. This is really, really nice. We're going to do an extended reading too. If you want to stick around, link up top, link down below. New readings for Libra every Wednesday and Saturday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. Doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. Also, don't give your money to people on Facebook or on Instagram or TikTok or any of these other places that are claiming to be me, offering you readings, trying to sell you something. It's not me. It's a scam. Okay? And I care about you, and I don't want you to be scammed out of your hard-earned money. All right? So if I am opening up private readings, I will let you know here on YouTube, either in these videos, well, definitely in these videos, but also on the community page of my YouTube channel, not on Facebook. I'm not on Instagram, not on TikTok or anything like that. Only here, okay? So do not fall for it. They'll use my picture. They'll pretend to be me, but it's not me, okay? I promise you. And I care about you. And I thank you, and I love you. And we're all in this together.